Martha Root was born on August 10, 1872, to Timothy and Nancy Root in Richwood, Ohio, who raised her in the Baptist Church. She had two older brothers, Clarence and Claude. Shortly after her birth, the family moved to Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, where her father ran a dairy farm. Martha, known as Maddie, was not a typical girl, since her interests lay in books rather than the usual domestic pursuits. And when she was 14, she earned enough money from writing to pay for a trip to Niagara Falls. She distinguished herself in high school and college, attending Oberlin College, where she designed her own program. She then continued to the University of Chicago and earned her degree in literature in 1895. While she started teaching after her degree, she soon gave that up to start writing for different newspapers. In the summer of 1900, she worked at the Pittsburgh Chronicle-Telegraph as the society editor, and then in the fall, she worked at the Pittsburgh Dispatch. She then started writing about automobiles, which took her to France and then back to Pittsburgh. In 1908, she overheard Roy C. Wilhelm in a Pittsburgh restaurant talking about his visit to Abdul Baha and the Baha'is in Akka in the Holy Land, and that he had met members of other religions who actively promoted the brotherhood of humanity. This comment appealed to Martha, and she questioned Roy, who gave her some Baha'i literature. While researching the religion, she met several members of the Baha'i community, including Thornton Chase and Arthur Agnew in Chicago, and in 1909 declared her faith in Baha'u'llah's teachings. During this time, she continued writing newspaper articles, and also, in 1909, she wrote a detailed article for the Pittsburgh Post about the history and teachings of the Baha'i Faith. She also participated in the first annual Baha'i Convention, which took place in Chicago in 1911. During 1911 and 1912, Abdul Baha, the son of the founder of the Baha'i Faith, visited the United States and Canada. Martha attended many of Abdul Baha's talks and arranged his talk in Pittsburgh. During this time, Martha developed breast cancer, but with advice from Abdul Baha, it went into remission for many years. After meeting with Abdul Baha, Martha was profoundly affected by his explanations of his father's cause and teachings, and began her journeys where she would spread the teachings of the Baha'i Faith. She did not let her small stature, lack of money, or poor health stop her. She left the United States on January 30th, 1915, and after visiting some countries in Europe, she desired to visit Palestine and the Baha'i holy places. But she could not go due to the First World War. Instead, she traveled to Egypt and stayed there 6 months. During that time, she wrote newspaper articles. She then traveled to Bombay, Rangoon, Japan, and Hawaii. She arrived back in the continental United States when she reached San Francisco on August 29, 1915. In 1925, she traveled to the Baha'i Holy Land and met Bahia Khanum and Shoghi Effendi. She then traveled to the United Kingdom, Germany, Greece, Yugoslavia, and Czechoslovakia, once again teaching the Baha'i Faith. Martha Root was known for her extensive travels and by her numerous visits with heads of state and other public figures. Shoghi Effendi, the head of the Baha'i Faith at the time, called her the foremost travel teacher in the first Baha'i century, and named her a Hand of the Cause posthumously. In 1930, She wanted to meet with Emperor Hirohito of Japan, but U.S. officials blocked her access. Instead, she sent the emperor some Baha'i books and some other gifts. She continued to teach, even while she was in ill health, traveling in 1937 to Hawaii, China, and India. She returned to Hawaii in 1938, where she died on September 28, 1939.